Specializes in sports law and criminal law. So good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you for getting up so early.
Sure.
For us. We do appreciate it. Wow, what a tragedy. You know, and so many levels. This is a guy who had a $40 million contract and threw it all away for some thug life thing that's going on. What do you make of this?
I think there's a lot of issues with the trial. Yes, you can look at it and say, why would he throw his whole life away? But as far as the trial goes, there's some real issues. They are taking the trial on circumstantial evidence. Although they have the photo of him holding the gun, they have not found the gun, so they cannot tie the gun with the bullets that were actually in the victim. There's a lot of interesting things. It's going to really be a battle of arguments. They haven't really established a motive. While the girlfriend said that they just met each other, there's also issue there because she's also the sister of his fiance. So the motive issue and the relationships can really go back and forth. I think this is going to be a big battle between the prosecution and the defense.
Yeah, but to me, it's like if I see a video of Aaron Hernandez walking with a gun in his hand close to the scene of the crime, if I'm a jury member, I'm going to go, I don't need the actual gun. I got the smoking gun right there in the video.
Yeah, that's going to be very damaging to show that somebody was killed. And there's other circumstantial evidence I think that they already said that they were going to bring out in their opening statement. His footprints around the scene, showing them getting into a car together right prior to that.
Tire tracks,
so,
the whole thing.
Yes, while it is circumstantial evidence, it's a lot of damaging circumstantial evidence.
Yeah, it is. What is the background on this guy? I mean, I know a lot of players in the NFL come from pretty tough backgrounds, and Hernandez was no exception.
Yes, I believe that he claimed a gang when he was younger. There was an issue of he actually has 2 other pending murders hanging over his head, but the jury can't hear about that. That's another rules of evidence that's going to keep that out. They don't want to make the jury believe that if he had killed before, he killed in this trial, or he didn't kill in this trial. They don't want it to sway them. They just want the evidence of this trial.
Yeah. What is the status of those other 2 murders? I mean, literally, this guy is facing 3 accusations of murder. He is a professional football player with a $40 million bank account. What compels somebody to do something like this?
I think that is something that has people scratching their head whenever they hear the story. When you have that type of opportunity, when you have that kind of privilege, why would you just throw it away? We have so many athletes trying to get to where he is, and I'm sure he's still going to claim innocence on all of the murders, but it does have people wondering, how do you get yourself in this position 3 times? You're being accused other times as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's an issue.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of times, you know, like we said, these guys come from tough backgrounds, but once they make the NFL, once that dream comes true and they have all those Benjamins in the bank account, a lot of times that will change someone.
I think he needed a better team behind him. He needed a better camp.
Personal team.
Yes.
Not football team.
Right, that's true.
Because they're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a bad choice of words considering
maybe
where we're
he should have
today.
stuck with that team instead of Team Thug or whatever.
And hang out with Tom Brady a little bit more.
That would have been
rather
a
than
little more
the other
wholesome,
friends.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, because even with this victim,
Worst thing Brady does is let the air out of the balls, you know what I mean?
Well, although that's causing an issue as well.
More than Aaron Hernandez.
It doesn't have him on trial for murder. Right.
No, it doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't. So what do you make of this? As an attorney, is it going to come down on this guy?
I think so. I think even with all of the circumstantial evidence, the jury is going to be swayed by seeing this man holding a gun, seeing them together right before, showing the footprints. The defense has already started to poke holes in it. They're starting to talk about runners being in the area, that the footprints can belong to other people. But I think that the jury could be swayed by all of the circumstantial evidence coming together. Not having a motive is still a problem, but I think that there's some confusion that may make them tip to the side of guilty.
Well, if we think back about 20 years, we can think of another athlete who got away with something that people think he shouldn't have.
Yeah, based on circumstantial evidence.
Correct. All right. Well, Deanne, thank you. And back to sleep.
Yes.
Go get some rest, you know, and then watch the game.
And then watch the Super Bowl.
So thanks for getting up.
Thanks for having me.
All right. One lucky local